Tag You're It this morning. Why don't you guys start off by introducing yourselves and what you play in the band?
I am Brett and I do the vocals.
I am Ruben Duros and I play drums.
I'm Matt, I'm on bass.
I'm Josh and I'm on guitar.
How did you guys all get together? How did you meet?
This guy.
I went to high school with these two guys, and I know Ruben through Josh, and that's how I know him anyway.
Alright, I'll take on the reins. Us two started the band Tag You're It a long whiles back, about 3 years ago, with a different drummer and a different bassist. Through like 3 different drummers, we got Ruben, which was an old friend we used to play music with back in the day. And then we got a new bassist who we knew from high school. And that's about it.
Okay. I think you guys' name is really fun. How did you come up with that?
Josh.
Okay, so this is probably the best story I can ever tell about this band ever. It's we were with our first drummer Danny and our first bassist Matt, which is odd because he has the same name. But we were driving to a party and we couldn't think of a name to call ourselves. And so our drummer Danny said, "Well, let's just call it Tag You're It." And me and Brad were like, "That's pretty good. Let's say that." And so we texted Matt, "Hey man, our name is Tag You're It." "Oh, I hate that. Don't use that." "Well, here's the deal. We're gonna tell everyone at this party that our name is Tag You're It, and if they like it, it stays." And
So you were going
loved
to
it.
play at this party? Or you were just going?
No,
we were just going.
to
Oh,
the
you're just-
party,
okay.
and everybody loved the name, so we just said, alright, well, we're keeping it.
I wasn't invited to that party, just
Me either.
for
So.
the record.
We were, so that's okay.
I see how it is. You guys just released your single, right?
Yes, we did. Recorded with Daniel from Glassroom Studios. And the single is called Rewiring the Droid, and we should be getting an EP in the next few months.
So we'll be working on that.
That was my next question. If you had a date for a whole, like an EP release or...
Not necessarily for a date release, but we plan on starting to record this upcoming month, and we have a few songs that we're still trying to decide what exactly is going to be on the EP, but we have a lot of work to do as far as ensuring that, I guess, they're all ready to be EP'd.
Cool. So, how can people get a hold of this one that you've just released?
Right now it's not downloadable on Facebook because we plan on burning that one song on a bunch of CDs and handing them out at our show on March 3rd. After that, we'll probably make it downloadable on Facebook.
Sweet. It's actually playing on our radio too.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Nice.
How do you guys try to stand out from other bands?
Take the reins.
Alright, with my knuckles. We try to stand out by combining post-hardcore music with pop music, and we try to call it popcore. I try to think it's a little bit different. So yeah, that's how we stand out.
Okay. Do you have any particular influences?
We have so many influences, actually. I mean, we've all started with different bands that have just completely sculpted the way that we sound and the way that we, I guess, the way that we kind of play and provide our music style. Like for instance, Josh, he was like, his dad has a lot of influence with the older type of metal and rock and stuff like that, and that really sculpts like his whole style of playing. Matt is very, very, very conservative and creative. He has a lot of like, what would you say, like Red Hot Chili Peppers and...
Yeah, I take my influence from all over. A lot of classic rock, 90s rock, stuff like that.
Brett, I mean, he has a lot of, between Chiodos, Craig Owens was a huge influence on him, in addition to just like the people we've been around and musicians that we've been around and had experiences with. I'd say that's a huge part of our influences.
Cool. I stuck this in kind of last minute. I saw y'all's Photoshoot pics. What inspired that for you to do those exact pictures?
We were just spitballing ideas for about a week or so because we just want to do something different. We didn't want the traditional, hey, let's stand in this abandoned shack and take pictures and look hard kind of picture. So we're trying to take the most creative pictures, and with our last one, we had paint thrown all over us, so we had to think of something as good as that. So I don't know who made up the idea. Wiggles?
Yeah,
It's kind of just a playoff, trying to get out of the everyday office life. Like, we can get dressed up, but we don't do it quite right.
So who decided you'd be in your undies? That's what I really wanted
Brett
to know.
decided he would be in his undies.
I think we all decided we did that, because like when they made up the idea, I was at work.
I didn't decide you were going to be in your undies.
Oh, well they did. They told me I was going to, and I was so down for it.
Well, that's his thing. He
The
likes
least-
that stuff.
I don't know if you just showed up that way and slept late or...
He was
No,
like
no,
that
he was
all
just
day.
like that the entire day.
All
Yeah,
day.
ever
We
since
went to
we
the
bought
store
this-
like that.
Yeah, I drove them home like that, and ever since we got that costume, I was wearing it all day long.
Well, it looked like you had fun, that's for
Oh,
sure.
we did.
Oh, it was blast.
What was it like your guys' very first time on stage?
Together?
Well, my very first time was with him, and it was the most nerve-wracking experience of my life because it was my first time ever singing on stage, and it was just scary.
I think the first time we all played together though was pretty awesome. Well, those are the underground, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the first set of the night, and we did a sound check for the headlining band, and just everyone in there was kind of taken back when we did our sound check, and it was like a really cool experience that everyone just thought, oh, we kicked ass and told us right before we went up to go play, hey, that sounded awesome, and it was like a really big confidence booster, and it's pretty badass.
We had also
Excuse me.
we had also worked, I think for about a month and a half straight, 4 days, 5 days a week, grinding out like maybe 5-6 hours a day. We really did put like a lot of effort before that first show. So when we got that type of feedback after the sound check, it was incredible. Our confidence was just boosted insanely.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's fine.
Besides doing music, obviously you guys all love that. What else? What are some other things you like to do?
Well, I can vouch for him and say he will play his video games 24/7 right after music, right?
Oh yeah.
That is your hobby?
Yeah.
I'm
There it
probably
is.
the same way, but I have a job and I work 40 hours a week, so with that and music and trying to promote, that's pretty much all I ever do.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much school, band stuff, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes
Same.
a lot of your time, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Where do you see you guys this time next year?
This time next year, honestly, I have high hopes, but I can't place us anywhere because anything can happen.
Very true.
Just ready, anything.
Ready for anything. Definitely. 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 In a, I guess I could say a more successful position within music. And by successful, it could mean anything from just completing maybe another full-length CD, because we are recording our EP, and after that we are going to start writing. And hopefully a larger fan base, because we're looking, like, at least that's my biggest thing. Like, promoting is huge. Promoting is how you get your name out there. So
That's everything.
in a year, I see an extremely large amount of people hearing our music or know of us.
No matter what we do, I know we're just gonna be busting out jams.
Yes,
Yeah,
we are.
yeah.
That's exactly right.
Whether they like it or not.
No
I wanna
matter what, that's
know-
what we'll be doing.
If you have had any embarrassing moments on stage.
I call dibs on this. Mine, well, should we save mine for last? It's going to top all your guys's.
Wait, which one?
I don't know. Go ahead.
All right, well, the most embarrassing moment I've had on stage was about 3 years ago, and it wasn't necessarily me, but I was singing at the time, and my guitarist at the time, our old bassist, he played guitar for me. At a point in the song, we rehearsed a guitar swing, and I had to show him how to do it. I don't even play guitar, but I had to show him how to do it. And we rehearsed it enough, and he finally had it down. Well, on stage when he did it, his strap lock fell off, and as the guitar swings around, it knocks out half the drum set. And
Oh my gosh.
yeah, it was bad. My drummer just kept playing anyways, even though half his drum set was missing. I kept singing, and it was just hilarious and bad. We had it on video, but I don't know where it went.
We're gonna have to find that.
Yeah, we are. Anybody else can top it?
Unplug the guitars, and that's about it.
I've been called Egyptian. I've been known for being an Egyptian.
That's how we introduce
I
our shows.
transform into an Egyptian type kind of cultive drummer during shows. This way I can kind of.
This guy just ignores.
Yeah, he doesn't transform. He just is an Egyptian drummer.
He's just an Egyptian drummer.
He just is.
So is the power of Achman Ra.
How important do you feel it is to interact with fans, like before shows, after shows?
I believe that's the best thing about going to shows is talking to your fans. I mean, playing the show is pretty fun, but seeing what people think and how they react to what you do is the best part. I think that's 200% of what you need to do is talk to your fans.
Cool.
It's the whole idea behind playing music. We don't play it for ourselves. We play it for our fans, and there's no point in doing it without knowing like what they think about it.
Right.
That's everything.
There's so many unique people and different people out there to meet, and it's just also just like another experience just to get the feedback from those people.
But also,
Do you guys all write? Just one of you
We all write together.
together?
Together. We sit down for about 4 hours, lock ourselves in a lock-in studio, get a box of Little Caesars pizza, and just play until either our fingers are sore or we're too tired to keep going.
For the most part, we all basically write our own parts, and then once we have our own parts, then we'll get together and we'll do the lockout, and we'll add it all together, and we'll give each other feedback for each person, and
Collaborate.
just make it the best we can.
Cool. Do you think that adds dimension to it versus one guy just writing everything?
Definitely
Oh,
does.
absolutely.
Because we all have different backgrounds of music,
Yeah.
so.
Cool. What gives you inspiration for writing? Many different things? Is there usually one particular thing, or?
As far as writing goes and just music in general, I would have to say that these guys are my biggest influence. Just the experiences, or just everything that we've all been through together.
Mm-hmm.
It's my biggest motivation. It's why I wake up in the morning and go to work and stuff. These
Cool.
guys are my biggest motivation to write.
I'd have to agree with them. That basically nails it.
So I was going to ask if you have upcoming shows, but I know you do.
Right now we only have one,
Okay.
and we've been holding back from booking other shows just because this one is going to be a pretty big show. It's March 3rd at the Nile Theater, and with us is Skylit Drive and Greeley Estates. They will both be playing, and there's
Lauren Battle.
Laconic. There's like
There's a
12
bunch.
bands playing that day, and pre-sales are only $10, so it's going to be a really good show. It's a good deal, and we have pre-sales and we're delivering them. So
And you're giving some tickets away.
yes, we're giving 2 tickets away with a contest on the beat.
Sweet. Okay, I already asked you that. What was? Tell me, each of you, what was your last iTunes download?
I don't remember. I've just been playing old CDs in my car for the longest time. I haven't
Yeah.
got a new iTunes song in forever.
I think the last thing I actually downloaded was Punk Goes Pop Volume 4. And I'm not quite sure what my favorite track is, or favorite song is on that album, as I like a couple of them equally. So,
Yeah.
That's the same download for me. I downloaded the Punkos Pop 4. The best song on that album was Pierce the Veil, Just the Way You Are cover.
The last album I just recently downloaded was Heron, or Heron, by From First to Last. I remember Heron, yeah, something like that.
No, I'm just kidding, dude.
But they're, I love those guys. I think it came out early 2000s, but they have a huge influence on me as well, so I
Cool.
wanted to download it.
And then this is a big question I've been asking lately. What is your take on the Phoenix local scene? You think it gets enough attention? Is there a scene anymore?
Want to take it?
I'll take it. I would say that the scene has definitely changed since the early 2000s. It has kind of sculpted to. I mean, it's kind of like edgy to the point that it's kind of developed like a more hard rock, more metal sounding scene. There's a lot of influences for bands that kind of like set like the limits, like Asking Alexandria, Drugs. I mean, there's a huge list, but I think that it's improving locally as far as Arizona goes. I don't think it gets enough attention at all. Reason being is there's so much talent out there and not enough people to actually spread what like people have to say. There's a lot of messages going around, and a lot of bands that put a lot of effort into it, and it's not distributed right.
And as I've said, I feel like it gets enough exposure. It gets exposure, but the other genres don't get enough exposure for shows. It's harder to find other type of music to book because what sells.
Yeah.
And they don't want to try anything new, so they do what they know is best.
Definitely
agree. Local music scene. All right, my take on it. I feel like it's not as diverse as it should be. It is growing. I feel about 4 or 5 years ago it was larger than it is now, and then it took a plummet. But I feel like it's reaching its peak again, and kids are going to more shows, supporting local bands, finding what music describes them and people that make that music. And I feel like he said, like Ruben said, there's a lot of talent out there that's just not being noticed because not enough people are taking note.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I pretty much think these guys covered it. Yeah, it's kind of seems to be on a one-track sort of path, and not a lot of other bands outside that direct path get exposure. But yeah, I mean, I just agree with these guys pretty much.
Yeah. That was my last actual question. Is there anything you guys want to add for fans or anything else?
We will be having t-shirts made very, very soon, in about a month or so. And we are going to be releasing them at the March 3rd show as well. So if you buy a t-shirt, I think that's what we're going to do. You buy a t-shirt, you get the Rewiring the Droid track for free on a CD.
Cool.
And Ruben, anything?
Just stay tuned for our EP. We have a lot of work to do on it, and it's going to turn out amazing.
Yes, it will.
and I like to add that we love everyone.
Sweet. That's always good. Do you guys have a website or your Facebook page?
Yeah, we have Facebook, www.facebook.com/taggyoritbandaz. And that's your with
The grammar correct.
Y-O-U-R-E, not Y-O-U-R. People get that mixed up. We have a Twitter. It's twitter.com/tag with 3 G's, you're it. And yeah, those are the only 2 sites we have right now.
We have a MySpace, but who uses MySpace
Yeah,
anymore?
no one uses MySpace.
Okay.
Stay classy, San Francisco.
Stay classy.
Stay thirsty, my friends.